In 1992, in the quiet city of Springfield, Missouri, 3 women vanished from their home. No struggle, no ransom note, no bodies ever found, just silence. This is the story of the Springfield Three, a case that has haunted investigators for more than 30 years. Tonight, we'll walk through what happened, what was found, and the chilling theories that still surround this unsolved disappearance. Welcome to the channel. If you're new here, we uncover the darkest mysteries, cold cases, and unexplained disappearances. Today's story takes us back to June 7th, 1992, the night 3 women vanished without a trace. We'll cover the events leading up to that night, the strange evidence left behind, and the many theories investigators explored. This isn't just a mystery. It's a story of 3 lives cut short, a community shaken, and questions that remain unanswered. It began as a night of celebration. Suzie Streeter and her close friend Stacy McCall had just graduated from Kickapoo High School. Like many teenagers, they spent the evening hopping from one graduation party to another, excited, full of life, and looking forward to the future. Suzie was just 19 years old, bright, outgoing, with a sense of independence that made her stand out. Stacy was 18, bubbly, and full of plans. That night, they had originally planned to stay at a hotel with friends after the parties, but the hotel was overcrowded. Instead, the 2 girls decided to go back to Suzie's house. Waiting at home was Suzie's mother, Sherrill Levitt, a 47-year-old single mom and hairstylist. By all accounts, Sherrill was responsible, dependable, and deeply caring. She had spent the evening painting a chest of drawers, waiting for her daughter to return home safe. Stacy and Suzie were last seen around 2 a.m. on June 7th, driving back to Suzie's home on East Elmar Street. From that moment, they were never seen again. What's chilling is what was left behind. Investigators later discovered all 3 women's cars parked neatly in the driveway, their purses and personal belongings still inside the house. Suzie's dog, Cinnamon, unharmed but clearly agitated. No blood, no broken doors, no smashed windows. The only odd detail, a broken globe from the front porch light lying on the ground. Police never confirmed whether it was broken before or during the abduction. The next morning, friends arrived at the house. They knocked. No answer. The cars were there, but the women weren't. One of the friends, worried, even cleaned up broken glass from the porch light to keep anyone from getting hurt, without realizing they might have erased critical evidence. Inside the house, the beds looked slept in. Cigarettes, clothes, purses, even Stacy's makeup. Everything was still there. Nothing suggested the women had packed up or left willingly. And then came the phone calls. Several disturbing phone calls rang through the home that morning. According to witnesses, the caller made inappropriate sexual remarks before abruptly hanging up. Police later considered this a possible lead, but it was never confirmed if the calls were related. When police finally entered the home, they treated it as a missing persons case. But as hours turned into days, suspicion grew. There were no ransom demands, no credit card use, no bank activity. It was as if the women had simply vanished into thin air. One neighbor reported seeing a suspicious van parked near the house in the early hours of June 7th. The description varied, sometimes dark green, sometimes brown. Despite hundreds of leads, the mysterious van was never found. What baffled investigators most was the lack of physical evidence. Usually, in abductions, there are signs of a break-in, a struggle, or something left behind. Here, there was nothing. The scene looked almost too normal. Over the years, investigators explored multiple theories. Theory 1, a random abduction. Some believe the women were targeted by a stranger, perhaps followed home from the party. The van sighting supports this, but without evidence, it remains speculation. Theory 2, someone they knew. Others believe the women may have opened the door willingly, possibly to someone they trusted. Once inside, that person may have forced them out. Theory 3, criminal connections. Suzie Streeter's ex-boyfriend was connected to stolen vehicles and possible criminal activity. Some investigators wondered if the disappearance was retaliation or linked to testimony Suzie was expected to give in court. But again, no proof tied him to the case. Theory 4. Buried secrets. At one point, police received a tip that the women's bodies were buried beneath a hospital parking garage. Ground-penetrating radar even detected anomalies. But digging wasn't allowed, and the tip was never fully confirmed. To this day, many believe the answers could be buried right under Springfield. For the families, the hardest part wasn't just the loss, it was the silence. No phone calls, no letters, no answers. Sherrill's family described her as the kind of mother who would never disappear willingly. Stacy's parents held on to hope, refusing to believe their daughter could simply vanish. And Suzie's friends struggled with guilt, wishing they had convinced her to stay somewhere else that night. Over the years, police chased more than 5,000 leads. Psychics were even consulted. Countless suspects were interviewed. But every trail went cold. Today, more than 30 years later, the disappearance of the Springfield Three remains one of the most baffling cold cases in American history. Their faces are still on missing persons posters. Their story continues to appear in documentaries and crime shows. The case has shaped how law enforcement handles multiple missing persons cases and serves as a chilling reminder that sometimes people can disappear without leaving a single trace. For Springfield, Missouri, the case remains a dark shadow over the city's history. For the families, it is an endless nightmare, waiting for answers that may never come. So what really happened that night in June of 1992? Were the women lured out of the house, taken by force? Or were they victims of a carefully planned crime that left behind almost nothing? Until evidence is found, the truth may remain buried. The disappearance of Sherrill Levitt, Suzie Streeter, and Stacy McCall, the Springfield Three, remains one of the most chilling mysteries of our time. What do you think happened? Was it someone they knew, or a stranger watching from the shadows? Leave your theories in the comments. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more true crime mysteries.